So the whole purpose of this channel is to find assets that are in the early stages of a mega trend that can provide life-changing returns to early stage investors so that ultimately we can leave the matrix. The early stage investors in Amazon and Google managed to do it thousands of % on their investments if they were buying in the early days of the internet. Well, we're in the early stages of the nuclear renaissance. This is like when oil was first discovered. The people that bought up all the oil land, the Standard Oils, the John D. Rockefellers of the world did extremely well because they owned the future. Well, that's what nuclear power is. That's what uranium, which is the fuel that powers nuclear power, is. So there are some assets that are set to capitalize on the nuclear renaissance. And we cover that on this channel all the time. The fact that artificial intelligence, in order to succeed, needs massive amounts of nuclear energy. So it's a play on artificial intelligence. So let's look at one company called BWX Technologies, Inc. The chart shows that it is breaking out of a multi-year consolidation, most likely on AI and nuclear hype. Now, what's cool about this asset is you get paid a dividend, 0.85% per year. That's tiny, but that is passive income. Depending on how much money you put in, that dividend could get substantial. I love assets with dividends because they pay you to wait. And it also speaks to the fact that they have enough cash flow to pay out a dividend. The price to earnings ratio is like 37. So the price of the stock per 1 year's earnings is 37. Not cheap, but not expensive. And the fact that they're profitable is a huge plus, especially in this brand new space. Now, what does BWX Technologies do? BWX Technologies, together with its subsidiaries, manufactures and sells nuclear components in the United States, Canada, and internationally. It operates through two segments, government operations and commercial operations. The government operations segment designs and manufactures naval nuclear components, reactors, and nuclear fuel fabrication activities, and supplies proprietary and sole source valves, manifolds, fittings to naval and commercial shipping customers. So literally the United States Navy is the customer of this company. Talk about partnerships, talk about adoption, talk about future potential revenues as this nuclear technology starts to roll out and go more mainstream. The commercial operations segment designs and manufactures commercial nuclear steam generators, heat exchangers, pressure vessels, and reactor components and other auxiliary equipment, including containers for the storage of nuclear fuel and other high-level nuclear waste. So they have their fingers in almost every component of nuclear energy infrastructure, and they have massive customers. So let's look at their third quarter 2024 year-over-year financial performance. Revenue up 14%, driven by solid organic revenue growth in government operations and commercial operations. Adjusted EBITDA, that's essentially their earnings, up 19%, and non-GAAP earnings per share up 24%. So their profitability is growing. The revenue and profitability growing. The fact that their profitability grew faster than the revenue is very positive. It means they have a lean operation, and it means they can kick off more and more profits from the revenue they're generating and pay that back as dividends, potentially, for more passive income. Key business development successes: awarded contract to study pilot plant solution for domestic uranium enrichment for national security purposes. Again, they are deeply embedded with the U.S. government. Selected by the Department of Energy as one of the successful bidders for HALEU deconversion services to support the civil advanced reactor marketplace. Customers continuing to look towards nuclear to meet their challenges. New demand for advanced nuclear solutions emerging from non-traditional commercial customers seeking clean baseload power. This is a brand new field. That's what we're talking about. The early stages of a megatrend, which involves nuclear solutions. This company is at the forefront of that. Robust government support for security and clean energy projects. So we have private companies looking at it, and we have robust government support as well. Expect mid to high single-digit revenue, adjusted EBITDA, and non-GAAP EPS growth in 2025. That's solid growth, like 7 to 10%, something like that. 2025 free cash flow growth sustained at 10% or higher. So just a very high quality company. Then this company acquired AOT. What is AOT? It's a sole provider of depleted uranium to the U.S. government, leading provider of special materials used in defense, commercial, and space applications. Again, nuclear energy is in the early stages. This company is the leading provider of special materials used in defense, commercial, and space applications, all very important. Here's its financial profile: about $40 million trailing 12-month revenue, mid-teens EBITDA margins. And who are the key end users of this company? We have the Department of Energy, We have the Department of Defense, and we have the National Nuclear Security Administration. Again, speaking to how deeply embedded this company is with the US government and why they're able to just kick off so much cash flow. This is part of the military industrial complex. This company is almost crucial to national security. And so they're just super proud of their financials. Revenue, $2.7 billion, up mid-single digits, adjusted EBITDA, $500 million, and free cash flow of $225 to $250 million. That's how much cash they're generating that they can reinvest in this growing business. And so that's kind of what we need to know about this company. Huge growth ahead, catching the nuclear narrative, and well positioned to take advantage of the growing nuclear renaissance. And it pays you to wait, a nice dividend. Hard to argue with this. Let's look at the financials of this company. Balance sheet. Is it about to go bankrupt? Is it drowning in debt? How many assets does it have compared to its liabilities? Total assets, $2.7 billion. Total liabilities, $1.8 billion, right? So they're flush with capital. Total current assets, this is what they have liquid to spend within a year, $818 million. Total current liabilities, $375 million. It's hard to find an asset that is more rock solid than this. In the early stages, massive network, huge customers, great financials. So just keep you posted on this asset.